everybody! We're back!
We're back!
We've made it a month. We've made it 4 weeks.
This is driver's training, by the way. I'm Audrey.
I'm Suzy. This is our anniversary extravaganza
1 month
celebration episode. Who knew we'd make it this far?
I did, low-key.
Oh.
Right from the start, we were goated. You knew the heart.
Whoa! That's kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
So, do you notice anything different about me?
I did.
And anyone watching on YouTube, do you notice anything different about me?
I actually noticed it immediately, like, when I walked into Suzy's apartment. Like, oh my gosh, you're dressed so professionally.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have an announcement. I got a job!
Yay! Yippee! Oh my gosh, it's been 5 months.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this moment for so long. I quit my last job in November of last year, and I have been looking for a job ever since.
Yep.
And it's now almost halfway through April, but it's finally happened. I've got a job. I'm a professional now. And so I just wanted to look the part. It is a fully remote job, and I don't have to dress or be any kind of way. But, yeah, I also got a haircut. Thanks for not saying anything.
No, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
It looks good.
Thank you. The bob is back.
Yeah, the bob is back. And we're back. We're so back. Our audio's working this time, hopefully.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
It's funny because last episode I was like, yeah, we've never had like the same 2 microphones. And even last episode, even though we were both holding like these microphones we have in our hands, the audio was recording from my laptop.
Yeah, so if you could hear the MacBook fan the whole time.
And you could also hear like sirens from outside.
It was kind of beautiful. It was like a broken down, just really authentic story that we told.
Mm-hmm.
So
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, but this is probably a bit better now.
Yeah, it's probably like very crispy.
So fingers crossed that we don't have to do anything else ever again, and that everything's gonna be fine from here on out.
I'm like manifesting so hard.
Yeah, I don't like having problems and issues. Don't ever put me in a situation.
Don't ever put me in a situation.
If there's one place I don't want to be, it's in a situation.
Exactly.
I love to do nothing and have nothing going on and nothing wrong, which I don't know if that will be good at work, because I feel like things go wrong.
But you're remote, so I feel like the stakes aren't as high.
Yeah.
Everyone manifest for me next. Me next, please,
Yeah.
show it to me, Rachel, please.
I love her.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, but this is driver's training. We do have a special episode today for our 1 month anniversary extravaganza.
Yeah, we just wanted to do a little something special for you guys.
For all 27 subscribers!
Yeah, I think it's actually 26. I think someone unsubscribed.
No, then someone also
okay, 27.
So. Yeah!
Let's go. Let's get that up to 30. We have big goals. We have big goals on this podcast. No, we just wanted to do something a little fun and different. And so this is going to be the theater special.
The theater,
as Miss Darby says.
Mm-hmm.
And
for Twinkletown,
we just want to talk about our lives as theater kids growing up. Audrey studied theater as well. She has a degree.
I majored in theater. Literally, I am like educated.
The epitome of a theater kid.
Yeah, like I went to college. I paid money to like major in theater. And look at me now. This is how I'm using my degree because I don't use it anywhere else. So.
I think was worth it?
No, it was worth it. There was a lot of like applicable skills like from theater that you can use like in a professional workplace.
Yeah.
Especially I did like improv in college, and those skills specifically, like I love to be like, yeah, I did improv so I'm quick on my feet, like I'm a problem solver. And everyone's like, I love that. I love that.
Can I ask, like, when you were in high school and like getting ready to go to college, was it always theater that you wanted to do? And like, what did you expect would come from it? In the nicest possible way.
Okay, no, you're so right. So in high school we had a theater program that was like for 2 hours of the day you like were in theater school. You learned about dance, technical theater, acting, like singing, all of that. And so that was like literally so much of my life. I did that for all 4 years of high school. It was kind of like Victorious vibes.
Yes.
But because of that, like theater was like my only option. All of my friends were in theater. And the program I was in, it's called WIXPA, Warren Consolidated School Performing Arts.
Okay, docs the high school.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, my name's out there in, like, some stuff, I'm sure. But, so it was, like, levels 1 through 4, depending on, like, your grade and when you audition to get in. And then at Michigan State, where I went to college, everyone liked to call, like, all the theater kids from WIXPA who went to MSU, like, WIXPA level 5. Because there were so many kids from my like high school who went to MSU for theater.
Oh wow, you were like, yeah, I'll go to 13th grade.
Yeah, literally, exactly. And even like my directors went to Michigan State. And I just like really thought like acting was my zhuzh. And then like halfway through my freshman year, I was like, I don't think I want to do acting. I want to do drama therapy.
What's that?
Basically, you know how like art therapy, it's like, oh, you're painting to like achieve catharsis. It's like you're acting out like your emotions and stuff.
Interesting.
But then the pandemic happened and I was like, I don't want to do this. And also you have to go to master's school. So.
And that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Hi, Francis.
Francis just jumped up here.
She's being a little frisky today, so you might hear her running around, causing trouble.
But yeah, that's what I plan to do with my degree. And then as soon as the pandemic happened, I was like, it's kind of too late to switch to anything else.
Yeah.
So I might as well just like keep doing school and see what happens.
Do you think like the theater therapy or drama therapy is ever something that you would come back to? Or
no, I'm like pretty content with like where I am now, like with my job. I think honestly, like during my like most recent job interview, they asked me like, where do you see your career growing? And like what I've been working on with my current job is like working towards like communications. Like I think internal communications would be fun, and I feel like theater like definitely helps with that.
Yeah, you have to communicate when you speak, when you act
a fool, girl. But yeah,
that's fun. Do you think like, was there ever anything else that you wanted to study, or were you always just like, I'm doing theater?
So I have a theory that...
A game theory. Rest in peace, Matt Pat.
Yeah, rest in peace, Matt Pat.
I miss you.
Please come back. But I have a theory that if I never went to school for theater and I switched, or I never moved when I was in middle school and I stayed in my first school district, I would have studied animation.
Aw, wait, that's so cute.
Yeah. I just like always loved cartoons growing up and like found everything about cartoons so fun, and I love drawing, and I think I would have like stuck to drawing more instead of like theater. Yeah.
That's so fun. I love that. how did you like get into theater in the first place? This is such an interview.
I know.
Feel like
I'm like on the spot here.
I studied journalism a little bit, so I'm putting my degree to work as well.
Well, I feel like with a theater episode, since I did major in it, there's a lot to be
asked.
So I guess this is just like firstly the background part of it, but then we'll get into like stories and stuff.
Yeah. Oh boy, do I have a story or two.
So how I got into theater, basically when I was in middle school, when I started middle school, it was either you had to join choir or band, and I chose choir, and there was a play that we did about like not doing drugs.
Okay, DARE program.
Yeah.
I see you.
And then in 7th grade, there was like a drama class, and I had a lot of fun doing that. And then when I moved in 8th grade, I was like, do you guys have like any theater programs here? And they were like, not in middle school, but in high school you can audition to get into WIXPA. So I did. And I slayed that.
Yeah.
I got cool. like best actress in my sophomore year.
Wow. So, for what role?
I played Penny Sycamore in You Can't Take It With You.
Okay.
Which is a family play. It's a comedy about like there's a normal girl in the family, but her family's crazy, and she wants to marry like
her
another.
Family's crazy.
Yeah,
she's so normal.
She's so normal. Love her. But then she wants to marry like another normal guy, but the families have to meet, and of course it's just chaotic.
So like Romeo and Juliet.
A little bit.
Okay. I'm smart. Yeah. I know Shakespeare.
Yeah. Oh, I know Shakespeare.
I was in a Shakespeare play, actually.
Which one?
Midsummer Night's Dream.
Oh, no way.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's my mom's favorite.
Aw. Yeah, I only did, we had these things called competition shows, it was like a 45-minute abridged version of the show, and you traveled around the state to like compete against other schools, and it would be, you'd have to set up the stage, do the play, tear down the stage, all within, I don't know if that was 45 minutes or that was an hour, whatever it was, but I only did those. I never did the actual like plays or the musicals because I can't sing for shit.
Oh, I can't either. I like can hold a tune, but like my quality of voice isn't great, and I'm like a terrible dancer. Like whenever I had to dance in the shows, I'd always be in the back.
Don't look at her.
Also, like, yeah, it was just like that was a whole thing.
Yeah. One of the competition shows I did was Midsummer Night's Dream. I played the moon.
Okay.
Which is kind of romantic when you think back about it.
It is.
And it was a little meta because in the play it's like I'm playing an actor playing the moon. I don't really remember what happens in the story, but I just remember that. And then I realized I was looking back on pictures to try to find something for our Instagram, and I realized we did it like steampunk.
Whoa.
Which is so funny. I don't think I clocked it at the time, but looking back, like, it's just so funny.
It's like really funny when theater programs interpret Shakespeare in like that kind of way. Let me tell you, my freshman year of college, we did it was called Thus With a Kiss I Die. It was a conceptual piece devised by one of the professors at my college about a college theater doing Romeo and Juliet in the 1960s, where they cast a white Juliet and a black Romeo. Mm-hmm. And it was insane. And it was
I think you've told me about this before.
Yeah, it was like an immersive theater piece. So basically the entire auditorium, including like the hallways and the classrooms, was turned into the acting space, and you would walk through and see the actors doing different things.
So like if you ever watched that one episode of Girls
with Adam in his play with the murder,
and Hannah realizes that Jess and Adam are being romantic.
Yeah. Yeah, it was exactly like that. Except it traumatized a lot of students and was like literally, I remember at the beginning of like the rehearsal for that show, we went through a list of words that were acceptable and unacceptable to say, because of like the nature of the show. Like, you can't say the N word, but you can say the R word.
Whoa.
And like stuff like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, like, what was that experience like?
So I was the assistant stage manager on that show, and it was like so insane. There were, I think, over 50 actors, and because there was so much of the theater being used at the same time, like every person had to be like hiding in a certain place during that time. So yeah, it was just like really chaotic. And I would not recommend doing that again. And then the end of the show was all of the cast members lined up, and they were like, who do you think like called in the bomb threat at the beginning of the show? And the director would pick a random person each night to do it. And I remember one night the police officer was like, the person who did this crime was me.
Oh.
Yeah, and then there was like a slideshow at the end that would play about like hate crimes.
I mean, maybe their heart was in the right place.
Yeah, I remember Marco going up to the professor and being like, hey, I don't know about all of this. And the professor was like, I worked with the Department of Inclusion and Diversity. So,
well, if they said it's okay, then
right?
No, that reminds me of a couple things. So my freshman year, our school did Aladdin. Keep in mind, I grew up in a 98% maybe white town. So Aladdin was white.
Yep.
He was played by a white man.
At least they didn't do like blackface.
No,
or, like,
but
brownface.
It was pretty tan, I'll say. And so that was a little concerning. And then my senior year, they did To Kill a Mockingbird. And I actually had quit the theater senior year so I could focus on journalism because I joined the school paper. And I actually did a hit piece
Okay.
on To Kill a Mockingbird because I was like, this is kind of weird to be doing this with an all-white school, basically. Yeah. But, that's just how it is sometimes.
Yeah. There were definitely inappropriate, problematic things going on in my high school theater department. Not so much college, but definitely high school. And I think they've maybe since learned from their ways. I think as a society, we're more woke and aware of those things now, hopefully.
Stupid woke society. Let me say slurs on stage.
Get this muzzle off of me.
That was my go-to line when we would go out to get food and like
you had to wear your mask.
And you had to wear your mask. I'd love to yell that. I yelled that in a Cheesecake Factory once.
Oh my god.
It was a little too loud. But you guys laughed.
No, it was funny.
That's all I needed.
Because I knew you weren't being serious.
Yeah, but I'm sure there were people in that Cheesecake Factory that looked at me.
They were like, oh my, what?
Cause get that muzzle off me. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I gotta eat my cheesecake.
Yeah, theater's just crazy. You know what I will say about theater? Everyone is always like, band kids are like the horniest people you will ever come across. That is true. They are very horny, but theater kids,
you gotta meet the theater kids.
It is a different level. I am one of the very few people who did not like have any kind of like any relationship with another person in my high school theater department or like my college theater department. Like I remember after graduating, I was like, I didn't sleep with anyone in the department, and not many of you bitches can say that.
That's so real. Yeah, so I had my first kiss with a theater boy.
Okay.
And it was in his basement.
Is he gay?
I don't think so.
The straight, like, theater boys,
They were a hot commodity.
That's why, like, Ethan Slater with Ariana Grande, like, you guys wouldn't get it if you weren't a theater kid.
Yeah, I really didn't get it. There was one video of him, and I was like, okay. But for the most part,
yeah,
he's not it. But yeah, we were in his basement. It was before I could drive, so my parents, or I think my dad, dropped me off at his house. And we watched a movie.
It was just the two of you?
Just the two of us in his basement. The movie, I forget exactly what it was, but I remember it was about, like, space Nazis or something.
Oh.
So if that rings a bell for anyone, let me know. But I remember being so nervous, and my heart was racing, and then we kiss, and he just tasted like soap. Like, it was just a very soapy scent.
Oh.
And I'm not exactly sure what that was, but then my stomach started hurting because I was nervous, and we had pizza and I couldn't eat the pizza, and then I called my mom to pick me up.
Oh.
So that was pretty cute. And
How
then
old were you?
I think I think I was a freshman and he was a sophomore. It was either that or I was a sophomore and he was a junior, so an older man.
Okay.
But we, like, kind of dated, I guess, I think for a week. But then I got the ick, and I think I broke up with him over text when I was on spring break. It's like, I can't do this anymore. It's getting too real.
We're getting too serious too fast.
Yeah, but from then on, I mean, my first and only really sexual experiences in high school were with theater boys. If you're my family, by the way, click off this video or maybe skip ahead like an hour
to all the way to the end,
to like the next video. Like, you don't need to hear any of this. You don't want to hear any of this, so please go away for both of our sakes. That being said, yeah, I definitely had a friends with benefits, like, in the theater department. He was kind of the Troy Bolton of our school because, well, at least to me, he played tennis and was in theater. Also, if he's watching this, I'm going to be so embarrassed, but hope you're doing well. I think he's actually in LA, like, trying to be an actor now. So, honestly, good on you. The Troy Bolton thing worked. But we just, like, I think that was the first person I made out with, and first dick I sucked.
Oh my god.
This is like, this feels so messed up to be talking about because it was like in high school, and like I feel like I should not be talking about a high schooler's dick.
Well, I mean,
but I was also in high school, to be fair. Like,
we're like 23 minutes in, so
I thought you were gonna say we're 23, and I'm like, oh my god, we're so young.
Wow, we're so young. It's crazy.
It's so normal. No, but I just remember like having this friends with benefit situation with this kid, but for some reason, to me, he was still popular enough that I was like, oh, we'll never actually date. Like, he couldn't be seen with me. Because to be fair, in high school, I was like ugly and weird, and I had like 3 friends.
That's kind of how I was too. Like, my only
Femcells stick together.
But like my only friends were in the theater department.
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't even know anyone who was in like my actual high school. Like, the only people I knew were in my theater program.
Oh wow.
And like, that's honestly, it was kind of like that in college too, which I guess makes more sense because you're really only taking the classes like with those people. But the people I was friends with outside of theater were in the Residential College of Arts and Humanities, where that was like their major. They had like a focus, but they didn't have like majors per se.
Is there anyone that has come out of that program that is famous now?
Like
out
college?
yeah.
I, honestly don't think so.
Exactly. What were you expecting?
Well, there's people who
I'm
are
just
like
thinking.
successful actors and they make their living like acting, but I don't know if they're necessarily famous. But I will say in high school, I went to, like in my theater program, there were these two girls, they were sisters. One was older in, I think, 2 grades above me, and one was younger in my grade. And they're TikTok famous now. Like, they have over 1 million followers. And there was actually like a bunch of conspiracy theories behind them because the older one joined a cult.
Look, these things happen.
These
Sometimes
things
you
do
just
happen.
join a cult to dance.
If anyone is curious, it is the Wilking sisters. There is actually a YouTube video essay on it, and
That's so crazy.
there's like, they talk about my high school theater program Wixpa, and they put in pictures of the like program, and I'm in it.
That's so cool. I wish I was in a YouTube documentary.
Yeah, I'm in a YouTube video essay on a dance cult. So that's fun.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone from my school that is big and famous now. So someone's got to fill that role, and I guess I'll do it.
I'll do it.
I'll
be the brave one.
They want me.
We're having our JoJo Siwa moment.
Stop.
I will say one of my professors in my theater department in college won Jeopardy twice.
Really?
Yeah, his name's Dan Smith.
What a basic ass name.
He was cool. I can't remember like what exactly he taught in like the theater department because I didn't have him ever as a professor, I don't think, but he had like long blonde hair and a ponytail and like these really rectangle shaped glasses.
I'm picturing the guy from Freaks and Geeks, like the guidance counselor.
Kind of.
Was it kind of that vibe?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Did you have any crushes on your teachers?
Like my theater teachers?
Just any of them?
Definitely. I actually, so my eco cinema professor, I had a huge crush on him.
What's eco cinema? What are these weird ass like what are you talking about?
So I took this class my senior year of college because I just needed more credits to graduate, and I was like, this sounds interesting. Mm-hmm. But like ecology, like the study of life.
Yeah.
It's like how that is like portrayed in film.
Okay.
So we watched movies like I wrote my final essay on WALL-E and how like
WALL-E.
Eva.
Eve.
But like how, that could be society with like whatever.
Sure.
We also watched like Mad Max Fury Road and the documentary The Grizzly Man, which is about a man who goes to Alaska and in the summertime he lives amongst the grizzly bears. And he actually ends up dying because a grizzly bear mauls him to death.
No! Who could have seen this coming?
I would have never thought that.
No!
No. But yeah, my professor was really handsome and...
Not sexy, handsome.
He was sexy.
Okay, I knew it.
And I saw him on Hinge... and we matched.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wait, like while you were in his class?
No. So I actually saw him on there while I was in his class, but I didn't like him intentionally until afterwards because I didn't want it to be weird. And then I graduated and I liked him and we matched and I was like, long time no see. And then he unmatched with me.
No! That would have been crazy.
It would have, because he was younger. He was like maybe like a couple years older than us, like maybe 5 years older.
That's not bad at all.
No, not at all. But yeah, I also one of my Spanish professors. It was like this white guy who was like "Hola, clase."
It's always a white guy, Will Schuster.
But yeah.
But he was sexy.
Yeah, he was.
He spoke
sexy.
Spanish.
He spoke Spanish, but like with a very white accent on it. But it made learning for me pretty easy. So, Yeah.
That's awesome. I had a crush on my geology teacher senior year. It was about,
In high school?
yeah, senior year high school. I started in AP Bio 2 because I thought I wanted to be smart and try hard. But then I got a week in and I failed my first quiz and I was like, oh, actually, I don't want to do this at all. So I switched into geology, which was like 2 levels down, or geoscience.
Yeah.
I think it was. And so I switched and it was so much easier. And the teacher, he was this bald man.
It's always a bald man.
And he had this kind of, I wouldn't say tribal tattoo, but some kind of geometric looking tattoo on his shoulder, and he would wear a shirt like this, and I could like, it was like a little bit sheer so I could see through and see the tattoo. And there was just something about him. I don't know what it was.
Something about you makes me feel like a dangerous student.
No, for real though.
Yeah, there was never a teacher who really did it for me in high school.
I think there was a teacher at our school that smoked weed with some of the students. It was either that or he just like smoked weed and told them about it, and like the administration found out and he got fired, which is kind of messed up.
Oh my god.
Bro, she's a cat.
Frances just jumped up on the couch and scared me pretty bad.
She is being kind of frisky today.
Yeah, she's like really wanting to be on camera too.
You know, maybe she wants to be a little actress. She could be one of those famous cats.
She's our first guest on the pod.
Yeah. Is she licking her butt right now? She's so nasty.
Yeah.
Teehee. Being a theater kid was just crazy. Most of the time, like, if we weren't doing the competition shows, I would still, like, do stage managing or, like, work on backstage stuff. But because of that, I kind of wouldn't have anything to do at rehearsals all day, but I would go anyway. And I had my 2 best friends at the time who were also doing, like, stage work. And we would get so bored, and eventually we started a fight club, which was pretty much, we called
like bottoms?
Kind of, but it was just the 3 of us, and it was just hitting each other. There wasn't really any defense, or we basically just tried to punch each other in the arm to see who could leave the biggest bruise.
That's actually crazy.
And it was really fun. I never left the biggest bruise.
I was gonna ask.
I'm not very strong, but I also bruise easily.
Because you're anemic.
Yeah, I probably was back then and didn't know it. But yeah. So I would always have these like crazy bruises on my arms. But I thought it made me look cool. And I felt so like as a theater kid, I was never fully in it. I was always 1 foot out because I could never just fully embrace like the cringe side of it and like really be deep in it. And there was always part of me that's like, I'm too good for this, or like I'm at least self-aware enough that I'm different from these people.
You do have to open yourself up to accept a level of like, yes, this is cringe what I'm doing right now, but I'm having fun and enjoying myself.
You accept the cringe you think you deserve.
Yeah, like I think that's why I liked improv so much, is because you will fail, and like it can be really embarrassing when you think you have like a really good joke and then you go up there and you do it and no one laughs.
Yeah, I'm so scared of that. I feel like that happens to me like on a day-to-day basis.
Well, do you want to try doing the improv we talked about?
Yeah.
Do you want to do the elevator thing?
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
So, Suzy thought it would be fun if we tried to do like an improv bit for this episode, our theater kid extravaganza for our 1 month. Mm-hmm. So we asked ChatGPT to give us a prompt, and I'll read you what it said. It said, How about this? Two strangers find themselves trapped in an elevator during a power outage. As they wait for help to arrive, they discover they have more in common than they initially thought.
And to preface, I have never really done improv in my life.
I was in an improv troupe and in college and took 2 classes. So
with that being said, let's begin.
Let's begin.
Ding.
What the hell? Did the power just go out?
Man, I really wanted to get to my floor so I could watch the TV.
Yeah, I'm on my lunch break. I have such a busy day. I have meetings back to back, and
I'm feeling claustrophobic in here. It's starting to get really warm. Are you freaking out? I'm freaking out. This is really not cool. Is there an emergency button on this thing?
Well, the power's out, so I don't know if it's gonna work.
Fuck!
I am feeling a bit stressed though, but I mean, I don't know how long we're gonna be stuck in here.
It could be forever. What if it's forever? What if I live and get married and die in here? That's my whole life in this elevator.
Wait a second. If you get married in here, it would have to be to me.
Wait, that would make me the happiest woman on earth if you would marry me.
Oh my gosh.
A ring.
Oh, you had it ready?
Yes, just in case.
Oh my God.
It's my great-grandmother's ring who's dead.
Wait, I have a great-grandma who's dead too.
What's her name? Let's say it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Joan. Oh no!
We're cousins?
Like twice removed. It's still legal in some states.
And seen.
I think that went really well.
No, that was actually pretty funny.
I think that was awesome.
Yeah, that was my first time doing improv since probably when I was in college.
Leave a comment below who you think did better.
Yeah, whose performance did you like more?
I think I just blacked out during that whole thing, I'll be honest.
That's okay. I mean, you gotta start somewhere.
Can we also play the game bringing up Victorious again? And I'm sure they do this in the real world too, but we have to like tell a story or like act a scene, but using the alphabet. So we start with A and then B.
Do you want me to ask ChatGPT?
No, I think we just start.
Okay,
so
okay.
Do you want me to begin?
Yeah, you begin.
Apples aren't really that good to me.
But what makes you say that?
Crunchy.
Don't you think they can be soft too?
Everyone always says that.
Fine, I see where you're coming from.
Get out of here.
Huh?
I don't like you.
J-K-I. It's what's after I? It's J, right? Jeez Louise, what's your problem?
Ketamine treatment.
Literally? Ketamine?
My mom says it's gonna help me be more normal.
Normal? Yeah, right. You're a freak.
Off yourself.
Please, calm down.
Quite bold of you to say that to me on our wedding day.
Tying back in the wedding. Really? You want to bring that up?
Sure.
That's fine. We'll just go up to the altar and pretend like nothing ever happened.
Unless
vivacious vibes are filling the room, I think.
Is it W?
Yeah.
What do you say we get out of here?
Xylophone.
Yeah.
Zoom.
That was beautiful. I think we really nailed that.
Yeah, that was really great. Should we play our actual game now?
Yeah.
It's like the last 3 bits are just like games.
Yeah. Everyone loves the games. They love the bits. You've all stuck around to the end, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, you're here.
For my parents that skipped ahead until this part, hey guys.
Oh, you're back.
Welcome back.
You didn't miss much.
I didn't say anything about anything explicit.
No, nothing at all.
Anyway, let's play our letterboxed games.
All right. I can go first.
Okay.
The first review is from Nick, not like any Nick we know.
Okay.
This is kind of like when I lied to my trivia group about having my master's degree.
Oh. I mean, that's from Nathan.
It is from Nathan for you, but it's like not about
else.
the movie.
Okay.
And this next one's from Sophie. Not a movie for people who are particularly prone to secondhand embarrassment.
Okay. What's number 3?
Number 3 is from Lexi. I think if she just dyed her strands back to brown after the incident, no one would have recognized her anymore and she could have been normal.
Is this not okay?
Yeah. I wanted to do not okay because it's come up so much on the
bringing it up for no reason. I feel like we're the only people who have mentioned this movie in the last like year.
Well,
and we
because
mentioned it so many times.
if you haven't seen it, you just have to.
It's I don't even remember what happens. Like I just know Dylan O'Brien is in it and he's sexy.
She lies about going to Paris and then there's like a terrorist incident while she's in Paris, and everyone is like, oh my god, like, or how are you holding up?
That's crazy.
And she's like, it was really hard, but she wasn't actually there. So
she's so real.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I thought about doing that actually.
Really?
Okay, here's mine. I honestly don't remember if we did this movie already or not. This review is from Izzy. Are we sure her dog was allowed in all those places?
Okay.
Next review is from K period. People rating this below 4 stars. Why do you hate seeing women succeed?
Is it Legally Blonde?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
That makes sense. Bruiser.
Yep.
The gay dog.
That is such a gay dog.
Well, he's canonically gay.
I love that.
Okay.
So that was my movie.
Okay, so my next one. Oh my gosh, my MacBook is about to die. That would be really bad.
That would be so awkward. We just upload the
Hold,
episode with just me. I'll entertain in the meantime. Let me tell a joke. So, what do you call a girl? I actually don't know any jokes. Are you
We're good.
Okay, thank God.
Sorry.
I see, clearly I'm not the improviser here.
Okay, so this is my last movie for the game. This review is actually from Suzy. Or should I leave your review for last?
You can just do it now.
Okay. So Suzy has seen this movie before. She left this review
Allegedly
on Letterboxd. Okay. When 212 came on, I transcended.
Bodies, bodies, bodies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I do want to read this review I pulled from like someone we actually don't know that says Juleps. This is from Juleps too. Strongest character was the iPhone battery that lasted an entire night with the flashlight on.
So real.
Yeah.
Actually so real. My last one is also, it's a review from Audrey.
Oh my gosh.
And you said on July 2nd, very emotional and beautiful.
Okay. I don't know what it is.
I didn't pull any other reviews.
Are you joking?
I thought you'd get it.
Very emotional and beautiful.
July 2nd, 2022, you rated it 5 stars and gave it a heart.
You gave it a heart.
I think we saw this together.
Can you pull another review really quick just to give me another hint?
No.
Oh, is it Five Nights at Freddy's?
No, but good guess. It was Minions Rise of Gru.
Oh, I should have known because it is emotional and beautiful.
Right? It is.
And it's one of my favorite movies, actually. Like, fun fact, I am obsessed with the Minions. I'm currently saving with my boyfriend to go to Minion World in Universal. We're almost there.
Well, I'm saving myself for marriage.
Whore.
Thank you.
So that's the podcast.
Thank you all for watching, for listening, for sticking around a whole month. I'm really proud that we made it this far.
Me too.
And we're just gonna keep them coming. Hopefully there's no more audio issues or any issues ever. And I hope you liked our themed episode.
Yeah.
So,
well, see you next time.
See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.